Gameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bringing you a 2011 NFL Draft special on the cornerback position. We're going to go through my list 1 through 10. Also take a look at some sleepers as well as some small school prospects that you want to keep an eye on. So let's just jump right into my list and see who I have number 1.
Best cornerback in the draft, Patrick Peterson, a guy at LSU, reminds me a lot of Charles Woodson. Has the perfect size-speed combination. Very good playmaker, a guy that's dynamite in the turn game, and should prove to be a true playmaker for any team that drafts him. Prince Amukamara out of Nebraska is a guy that reminds me a lot of Sean Springs. He's very active around the line of scrimmage and making tackles. Not a good guy that you want to count on for interceptions, but does make plays on the ball, just not enough plays to warrant his draft status. But this is a guy that's going to come in and be a solid starter from day one. Jimmy Smith is the type of cornerback that you want on your team, a guy that has long arms, 6'2", 200 pounds, very physical at the point of attack, also has the ability to make plays on the football, and that's what you want as a corner, a Bobby Taylor clone. Here's a guy that's going to come in an aggressive style defense and do exceptionally well. Brandon Harris out of Miami is an excellent prospect, a guy that's very active in the pass game, won't catch a lot of interceptions, very good blitzer, a guy that reminds me a lot of Tracy Porter that plays for the New Orleans Saints. So look for him to be in that type of mode, a guy that's going to be physical throughout the game and give you his all each and every play. Outside of Patrick Peterson, you look at Aaron Williams, the second guy I have to have the best ball skills for any corner in this draft. This is a guy that has great size, 6'1", 195, and knows what a football is and knows how to maintain body control when going up for passes. Razai Dowling out of Virginia is a guy that has excellent size, excels in both man and zone coverage. He's got is very quick and agile for his stature. So reminds me a lot of Antonio Cromartie, a guy that has great height, ability to jump up and get the ball at his highest point to knock passes away. Brandon Burton out of Utah is a guy that came from a talented secondary, has the best body control of any prospect in this draft. Not as fast as you would like, but a guy that reminds me a lot of Vontae Davis that plays for the Dolphins, should be a solid playmaker for anybody in the league. Devon House out of New Mexico State is a guy that's very, very active. And when we say active, this guy is always around the ball, very pesky defender. Reminds me a lot of a guy like Dominic Foxworth. Those type of playmakers that you always find around the line of scrimmage making plays, very solid in man coverage. Brandon Hogan is a guy that's a very talented player, very athletic, got a lot of athleticism, played some offense for West Virginia. Here's a guy that may excel better in a zone coverage scheme because he's not as fast, but it reminds me a lot of Kyle Wilson, a guy that's always around the ball and should do wonders at the next level. Curtis Brown out of Texas was a tremendous playmaker for the Longhorns, had a very solid career, has awesome closing speed, and a very solid tackler. What he has to improve on is his inconsistent footwork, but that could be coached up at the next level. Kendrick Burney out of North Carolina came from a long line of solid defenders in this draft, a guy that's very active in the run defense department, doesn't have sprinter speed, but is a guy that's going to be probably ideal in a zone coverage type of scheme like the Chicago Bears. Now here's some other cornerback prospects to keep an eye on. Let's go to Louisville with Johnny Patrick. Here's a guy that has solid speed, very tremendous playmaker for the Louisville Cardinals. One thing that he has a problem with is his sloppy technique and coverage, and he can get turned around a lot. But as far as like making plays for the Cardinals, he did a great job this season. Should provide a spark on special teams. Rashard Carmichael out of Virginia Tech has the 3 A's that I look for: anticipation, activity, and awareness. This guy is an outstanding playmaker, was so for the Hokies, but he can be a step slow to recover if he gets beat because he gets caught peeking in the backfield. Some small college cornerback prospects that you want to check out: Justin Rogers out of Richmond, a guy that has excellent football IQ, tremendous hands to make plays on the football, but he struggles in and out of his breaks, something that he's going to have to work on at the next level. Ryan Jones out of Northwest Missouri State is a guy that had 14 career interceptions, so you know he has ball skills. He's very athletic. One thing he lacks is proper technique, but again, something that can be coached up at the next level, should be a steal for anybody drafted in the later rounds. Cortez Allen out of the Citadel is a guy that's been on NFL radars for at least 2 years. A lot of athleticism, long speed, looks like a developmental prospect, but nonetheless should be a solid playmaker. Now, some other cornerback prospects that should wind up on NFL rosters. You look at Sharice Wright, a guy out of USC, tremendous player, great value in the later rounds, and also Chucky Brown out of Texas. For more draft prospect rankings, visit footballgameplan.com/draft, or to see more draft prospect videos, visit youtube.com/footballgameplan, and check out the Football Game Plan radio show Saturdays at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan, airing 11 a.m. Eastern Time.